Hey everybody, Andrew with Transfer Portal CFB here. Look, we're excited to announce that we've partnered with Run Your Pool to bring you a weekly free college football pick'em pool. You think you have what it takes to beat our team of experts? Here's your chance. How do you play? The sign up is completely free and easy. The link to the pool is in the description of each video on our YouTube channel and our podcast on Spotify and Apple. Click the link, create a new account, join the pool, click make picks, then hit make your picks on the left, make your straight up picks for 10 of the week's biggest games. Once you're done, save them on the bottom. Run Your Pool is the home of competition, bringing sports fans and their social circles together to compete, connect, and make every game matter more. 3 winners will get Fanatics gift cards, $150 for first place, $100 for second, $50 for third. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our pool and make your picks today. Now, enjoy the show.
Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video with the Transfer Portal CFB presented by NoContextCFB. College football is back, almost in full swing. We're not really going to count week 0 as a part of the full swing. The full swing starts right now in week 1 because this is where the magic happens, the chaos that we all die for. I don't know if that was the way to put it, but we all love this stuff, the chaos and everything in college football. Upsets are back, baby, and we're here, me, Dave, Jake, Leica, to talk some upsets. We've got 1 or 2 each. I don't remember numbers, but we're going to start with Dave for what upset he's looking forward to happening.
All right, so the board is not really being super duper kind to our group of 5 friends, I'd say, but one really did catch my eye. South Carolina only being a 12.5 point favorite at home. Not a good sign for the Gamecocks. I think Georgia State could pull off the upset here. They have 15 returning starters. 4 of those are returning offensive linemen. Fantastic run game. Both the running backs are back. 7 starters back on defense, and they held Auburn to a super duper close game last year. They only lost by 10, and if you remember that game, they could have pulled it off. South Carolina is like in a weird kind of middle spot where they got Spencer Rattler, and their offense is going to be really good, but their defense, the pass defense is good. The run defense is a little shoddy, and Georgia State's running attack is going to be incredible this year. So I think Spencer Rattler, everyone's thinking Spencer Rattler is going to be fantastic this year, that he's going to be the guy. I'm not saying he's not going to be, but if he falters and this offense gets shut down by a very solid Georgia State defense, I think that the Panthers can pull off the upset here.
I respect the pick. I mean, Georgia State's got 2 opportunities with South Carolina and then North Carolina. You look at their roster, it's just RSSR everywhere. It's redshirt senior after redshirt senior. I'd say Antavius Lane, safety there, is the guy to look at as one of their better pro prospects. I don't know what the others think about that, but I respect the pick a bunch.
All right, so for my pick, I am going to be putting some faith this weekend into the Florida Gators. Week 1 in the swamp, new head coach. Everybody's going to be fired up. Do I have faith in the Florida defense? I don't know. They retained some offensive talent behind Anthony Richardson, who I genuinely believe could have like a pretty big leap forward this year. Obviously didn't get all the snaps sharing them with Emory Jones last year. Very small spread for this game. I believe it's 2.5. I believe it's Florida plus 2.5. Not a line that I would necessarily bet just because of how close it is, but I would say straight up, I'll take Florida.
I respectfully disagree, but yeah. The gambling show was all over Utah. I loved Utah this year. I think Florida will keep it close. I think that line is very telling, but I just think Utah has a lot more firepower. And yeah, they're going to Florida, but I don't think Anthony Richardson is like very good. No offense.
No, and you know what? That's fine. And the big thing for me, I don't even think it's going to be the Florida offense. It's the Florida defense that's going to be the problem. And my only thing with Utah is Utah's lost a lot of production from last year. I mean, especially in the receiving core, the production as far as where it was last year is just not as much there this year. So, we'll see, but I'm putting my faith a little bit into that Florida defense to be able to stop some of the offense from Utah this week. So I'm going to go with the Gators.
I like both of those first 2 upset picks, and I like Jake's. I was going to say that one, but with a twist. I was going to pick a team from Florida being a team from Utah, but not that one. South Florida over BYU is mine. I think even though South Florida only won 2 games last year, they returned 18 starters, I believe, and they played BYU close in Provo last year. And I feel those reasons that you listed, potential humidity in Florida, the travel, I think could have a nationally ranked BYU team. I believe they're ranked 25th.
Yeah, I mean, the players from Utah, they don't know what it's like going down to the, to the East Coast. They don't know what that Florida humidity feels like. They're going to be sweating bullets 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Never forget the Miami Beach Bowl brawl back in 2014 between BYU and Memphis.
Utah does have a lot of guys from Hawaii though, so they some of them are used to the heat.
And I say my upset as someone who likes the BYU squad. I do. But I think in a week 1 matchup, South Florida, like I said, they played Cincinnati very good as well. Ultimately, since he pulled away, but even though they went 2-10 last year, for some reason I just think South Florida is going to give BYU a good game here.
It's a really interesting one. I again respect it, but like Dave said for Jake's, I respectfully disagree. I think BYU's offense is gonna be too much. Jaron Hall, 24 years old, a quarterback. He's gonna go out there and crush it. Electric speed playmaker. I'll go with my more shocking one first, but I don't know if it's shocking if you know me. It's South Dakota State over Iowa. Look, Iowa doesn't move me at all. Yeah, I think Jake knows. Iowa doesn't move me. Does Spencer Petras?
No, we know Iowa doesn't move you.
Scare you? Exactly. They don't move you. They don't put the ball 3 yards down.
And to be fair, there's rarely a Big Ten offense that will move me. That it just doesn't really happen much unless we're talking about Ohio State. So
very fair, very fair. With South Dakota State, though, you gotta look at their offense, and this offense is no FCS offense when you've got Mark Gronowski, Isaiah Davis, the Yonke twins at receiver. You don't know if you gotta cover Jackson or Jaden. They're both studs. That must be why they get open so much. Tucker Kraft, Zach Hines at tight end, both NFL potential guys. I just think that their offense is going to be it's not going to be overwhelming, but it's really dang good. And I'll keep this short since I did a whole video on it. But if this was NDSU playing this game, how many people are going to pencil them in for that win and say, yeah, there's the upset there? But if I say South Dakota State, a lot of people are going to look at me sideways and be like, dude, that ain't happening. It's South Dakota State. Number 1 FCS team in the nation could do it, but the number 2 one can't. The one that's beat NDSU 4 out of their last 6 in their regular season, nah. South Dakota State's got this. I don't care.
I respect the confidence.
Thank you. I'm very confident.
I like the Jackrabbits one. I think 11-4. Did they get to the quarter or semifinal?
They lost to Montana State last year. I
think that was the semi.
I think it was semis. Yeah.
Because Montana State got the championship. Yeah, I love that play. I think if you can get it on any sports book, I think Barstool will have it. I know Barstool has the FCS games. I don't know what other they opened up 15.5-point dogs, which is pretty telling to how Vegas feels about it. Pretty much, if an FCS team is under 3 scores, they have a shot to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I think South Dakota State absolutely has a shot to win.
And they practice against Iowa's quarters defense all the time. They run quarters as well. NDSU runs quarters. And something Tucker Kraft told us was they know exactly what Iowa's got with their, as he said, basic quarters coverage. It's a confident group.
Yeah, and you got a gambling tip here too. So you thought this was just an upset video? You got a gambling tip mixed in there. Shout out Dave.
I try. Got to do better this week. All right, I guess we'll go to my second upset.
Indeed.
This one also, like my Georgia State play, it's like another one that people are talking about. And for me, this isn't about just being the better team. It's just all about the atmosphere. ECU beating NC State. That's kind of, I think NC State is awesome. I think they're going to be really good, but Eastern Carolina has a great offense. They have a really good quarterback in Holton Ahlers, I believe is how you say his name. I'm not too sure on the pronunciation, but he's a really good group of 5 quarterback. And just that place is going to be absolutely electric. It's going to be just crazy because that for them, that's an in-state rivalry for them. Like NC State will be walking in, they care about UNC, they care about Duke, they care about all these ACC rivalries. For ECU, for these kids that are in the crowd, for these kids that a lot of these ECU guys didn't get a shot from NC State. Like they're going to want to win this game. And I just think that if they can shut down Devin Leary, because NC State's run game isn't going to be there. It's going to be all about Devin Leary. Devin Leary is awesome, but if they can get to him, they get to the quarterback, and they can put up points like they're known for doing, like they did last year, they could shock a lot of people and just pretty much take away NC State's playoff hopes in week 1.
I like the pick.
If this East Carolina alum may interrupt, 2 times, by the way. I don't mean to boast about that, but honestly, for me as a ECU alum and supporter, I do feel as if the Pirates always play well against the top ACC competition whenever they come to Greenville, or even when they travel to Chapel Hill or Raleigh. Ultimately, for me, it is possible ECU can win this, but the difference for NC State is their front 7 versus ECU's offensive line is the matchup I'm watching. And if ECU's O-line can hold up, then Ehlers to CJ Johnson will be the connection that everyone wants to see. And ECU's got a pretty good start to their schedule. And if they can beat NC State, that'd be a tone setter for the year for a team that won 7 games last year and returned a lot of starters.
Yeah, that's – you know what I'm going to do right now, live on the air? You guys keep going. I'm going to see the odds on an ECU Georgia State money line parlay right now.
All right.
I'll put back to you guys.
Moving on.
I was going to say, go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
No, man. You're good. I'm just going to say, moving on, my second upset pick. This one, I don't know how controversial this one is. It's a team that has a lot to prove, especially after the way that last season ended. The Cincinnati Bearcats are going to come into Fayetteville and take down the Razorbacks. I am not a believer in the Razorbacks. I am a notorious Razorbacks hater. I don't think that KJ Jefferson is that good. Receiving core, young, doesn't move me.
Much like Iowa's offense.
Yeah, doesn't move me. The production other than Desmond Ridder that Cincinnati is bringing back is pretty good. Especially their defensive line. They're an older group. They got a lot of redshirt seniors. They got some, 4-year seniors out there. It's a group that wants to come in. They want to beat an SEC school in that SEC environment. Let's be honest, the environment in Fayetteville isn't that great anyway. So the Cincinnati Bearcats are going to take over. The books like them pretty well, I'd say, and I actually think it's a pretty favorable bet at +6.5 for Cincinnati, which I don't think is giving them enough credit. So also play that one, but
throw it into the money line.
Let's throw it in.
I'll throw them all in here.
But I think that the Razorbacks in general are overrated, and I think that Cincinnati is going to begin their downfall, or is going to begin Arkansas's downfall this week. So Cincy.
I love that you brought that one up, and can I just say, it is so nice to see someone else say that they think KJ Jefferson is mid. Can we let Malik Hornsby play some quarterback sometime? Find ways to activate him, get him the ball. Like, please, golly, that's your best offensive player. I don't care. He just doesn't get a play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. KJ Jefferson has the physical run ability, but I mean, like, let's be honest. Last year it was a Treylon Burks show. And that was, you could toss it up to him, big physical guy who also had that speed down the sidelines. There weren't a whole lot of DBs that could really cover him. And so this year, I think that he might get exposed a little bit because he doesn't have that kind of target. Sure, he has Jaden Hazelwood, who's coming over, but still no Treylon Burks. I don't like Arkansas in this game. And it's going to be a library there by the end of the game in Fayetteville.
There's a great quote.
Yeah, I really like Cincy in this game. That was one I was looking at. I just don't. Arkansas is very overhyped to me this year. I know it's an SEC school, so obviously I think they'll get out coached too. I think that Luke Fickell's a much better coach.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sam Pittman does deserve a lot of credit for how quick he's kind of turned this around. Pretty similar to how Dave Aranda did it up in Waco. But I just don't think that the squad is as talented as what they had last year. I mean, they also lost a lot of defensive talent, you know, to either graduation of the NFL. So, you know, Drew Sanders comes in from Alabama to help shore up their linebacking core with him and Bumper Pool, which, by the way, one of the best names in college football. But, you know, some of the talent that Cincy is returning this year, that was largely the reason why they were in the situation that they were last year. I think Cincinnati is, you know, a pretty good pick for Saturday. So watch out.
I'm pretty low on Arkansas this year too. So like I that schedule is brutal. I think the team is just overrated. And like you're saying, that is Cincy, man,
that is a
Bush
hard.
Is going to have a huge year.
That is a hard first game to go into.
Oh yeah, it's not one of those games that you would want to. If Arkansas years ago knew that they would be in this position when they scheduled this game, and where Cincy would be, they're not scheduling this garbage. This is a terrible first game to play. And in the article I wrote today, I straight up put, I did a prediction for every single FBS game. I put Cincy's winning this, and please don't call it upset.
I mean, look, I think you could classify this as an upset. I think that the books do as well. I'm also curious to see how starting quarterback Ben Bryant is going to come in. You know, replacing Desmond Ridder, obviously not a very easy thing when Desmond Ridder did the things that he did. And, you know, nobody should expect Cincy to put up the kind of season that they did last year, but still a good football team all around. Just think that they're better than the Razorbacks.
ECU, Georgia State, Cincy parlay gets you back $300 on a $5 bet. So.
To sell. I guess I'll make my next pick now. I like, similarly to the ECU NC State game, a lot of like recruiting wars happen between the teams in North Carolina, not just those two, but all over North Carolina. In Virginia, Old Dominion started as an FCS program in the 757 and had to watch Virginia Tech take all the big 757 recruits. And now that Old Dominion's an FBS program that's been to a few bowl games in recent years, including last year, returning a lot of starters. That's a game on Friday night that I'm looking at. Virginia Tech, I think, is like a 7.5, 8-point favorite, something like that against Old Dominion.
Right now, yeah.
But I love the Monarchs in this matchup. I think they've really recruited well, and they have a chance to spring a few upsets. And that was a game I was worried about looking at ECU's schedule when it first came out. So I'm Old Dominion over Virginia Tech is my next one.
Mm-hmm. And we know Old Dominion was able to get this exact one a few years ago in the unreal scene.
Yep, I remember that game. That was a great game.
It was. Travis Fulgham went nuts.
Shout out.
My good Hampton Road's going to be rocking.
Y'all got any input on that one?
I just shout out Ricky Ronnie. I'm a big Ricky Ronnie guy. I love him at Penn State. I think he's a great coach and a great offensive mind. So I could see it happen. I just realized it's Ricky Ronnie against Brent Pry, both my old coordinators. They're playing each other week one. I didn't even realize till right now. But yeah, I could definitely see it happening, especially because that's another small line that they gave out, which is pretty telling. Ultimately, yeah, they're a lot of fun. And let's add this in parlay too. I'm just gonna add them all.
Ollie Jennings at receiver, Zach Kuntz at tight end, little 6'8" tight end by way of Penn State, Dave.
Adding Old Dominion the parlay gets $5 to win 1,018. Let's keep it going, guys.
Yeah, start adding all our picks to that parlay. And
so right now,
that actually be a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
What a parlay of all these upsets.
And start by adding West Virginia money line, because that's what I'm going with. They're winning at Pitt Thursday night. I'm sorry, Pitt. I'm not gonna say it doesn't move me, so I'll say
I was literally about to say that.
Pitt doesn't move the needle.
Just like Iowa.
Does not move me.
Yeah, Pitt just lost someone. I mean, you lose Whipple, you lose Addison, you lose Pickett. That's a lot. You lose other really good players like Damari Mathis. They still have a really good group, especially in their front seven on the defense side of the ball. But golly, you lost a lot, and being ranked number 17 just makes no sense to me. Shout out to my agenda of preseason polls being garbage. And this is one reason why, and we'll see that right off rip when West Virginia wins this game. Dante Stills is another just absolute monster in the trenches that you've got to look for on West Virginia's side. I know we have the Daniel Slovis SC royalty QB battle. Look at some of the other guys, though. How about Caden Prather at receiver for West Virginia? Expect him to make a big play. And look, you don't bring out those country roads uniforms and lose this game. It would be unacceptable. It could not happen. West Virginia is winning this game. I think they're 7.5, 8-point dogs. West Virginia's winning this game. Country roads, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah. I've only got 2 comments on the game personally. One, love JT Daniels. Think it's a great chance for him to get to start over in the Big 12. A lot less pressure on him moving out to Morgantown. Also, 2, Virginia fans, shut up about the song not actually being about West Virginia. We don't care. The song says West Virginia. They own it. They're wearing uniforms for it. We don't care. All right, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I love the West Virginia pick. On the gambling show, I was outnumbered. I felt stupid, but no. I think JT Daniels and Graham Harrell coming back together is huge. I think JT Daniels is a lot better than Keaton Slovis. I don't care if they both lost players. They both retained players. I just think that West Virginia could pull off the upset. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I love Graham Harrell as well. Huge fan of his.
So that parlay, I couldn't add South Dakota State, unfortunately, because DraftKings isn't giving it to you right now. But $5 gets you back $35.78.
It's a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, those are our upset picks. Do y'all each want to run through year 2 and then we'll outro?
Yeah. Dave, start us.
Yeah. So I'm on the Georgia State Panthers to defeat South Carolina, and I'm on ECU upsetting NC State at home.
All right. I have the Florida Gators and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Like I said before, just to close, Arkansas fans, you can come for me if you want. I don't care. Since he's better, it's going to be a library, like I said before. So.
Yep, Mike is on South Florida and Old Dominion, and I'm on South Dakota State and West Virginia. And yeah, I mean, sorry that like is frozen, but we'll just outro anyway. Thank y'all for watching. Really appreciate it. Let us know your upset picks in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.